Yeah, my childhood favorite is also the Back to the Future ride, hands down.
Well, it's from our childhood.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
and it's Back to the Future, one of the greatest movies of all time.
Although I will say that going back and riding a bunch of the rides at Universal Studios, and I mean, I've ridden a fuck ton of Disney rides, but I might be prepared to say the Islands of Adventure Spider-Man ride might be my favorite theme park ride.
Really?
It's a really good ride.
I rode it 3 times, and every time it broke down halfway.
See, I have
It's a
never
fine
had it break down.
ride. But I mean, that Hulk coaster.
I was all about Jaws. That was my ride.
Shut up,
yeah,
Johnny.
The more broken, the
You're-
better.
Yeah, you're old school.
Fucking Star Tours.
Yeah.
That is a good selection, especially now that they've updated it where it changes like
Oh
every
my
time.
God,
And you're
it
never
is
sure
so
what you're gonna
crazy.
get.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, that it now has like, because the ride goes through I think like 3 sections, and they've changed it where it randomizes. So like one ride you might be going in the Battle of Naboo, and then you'll like hop in a wormhole and be like in a trench on Tatooine, like flying against T-16s shooting womp rats, and then it'll be in the second Death Star. Like apparently there's 10 or 12 different scenarios, and it just randomizes 3 every time.
Roguelike roller coaster. I'm into it. Johnny, let's get it going, man.
All right.
Do it like a countdown.
Sorry, I was getting all set up.
Okay.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's your boy, John Harrington here. We got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey,
Fantastic, fellas. Good to see you again. It's another fantastic Wednesday night here with Game That Tune. It's episode 140. If episodes were characters and this was Twitter a couple of years ago, we would have to send this tweet and start another one. Man, I feel good, getting to, I don't know, made up ass milestones. If you're just joining us here on Game That Tune, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to some video game music. We're going to pick, we've each picked 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess games based on the songs, a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off, have a lot of fun, talk a bunch of nonsense. The winner at the end of the show picks a theme for the next episode and plays their bonus tune. And our winner last week was the illustrious David Fleming. So, David, what's the theme for tonight's show?
Since we're still in January, I decided to go for a theme of firsts, games with any kind of notable first.
Yes, we've put Baby New Year to bed, but first is still a pretty good theme. It's not happening on 1/1, but anything with January in it, it fits. So David is Mr. Appropriate Theme, and first games. I get the feeling we're going to get a lot of first games in a series, possibly first appearances of certain characters. And then a bunch of weird esoteric shit that, Johnny cooks up to, I don't know, find a way to use whatever Sonic games we haven't used yet. So I think it's going to be a pretty fun episode. We got some great games. We got a great fan request. And Johnny, I think it's time to jump into it, man. What do we got coming for our first game of the evening?
Oh,
Game 1.
Game 1, it's the first.
All right. So this game marks the debut of a long-running company mascot. It actually predates his own video game.
Called it.
Can you say that trivia one more time?
Sure. So this game marks the first appearance of the company's long-running mascot. It was actually his first appearance before even his own video game.
I have a guess as to which company you're talking about. Just a guess.
Any guess about which mascot?
Not a clue.
So as soon as I made this theme, I thought, oh, wait, I think I know what Johnny's going to pick.
Had I known the existence of this game, I would have assumed it too.
All right,
But-
let's see some answers. All right, so Jesse says Alex Kidd, which is incorrect. John says Sonic Babies, which I wish was correct. David has the right answer of Rad Mobile. This is Rad Mobile.
Is it Rad Mobile or Rad Mobile?
Oh, Rad Mobile would make a lot more sense.
I was gonna say, is it a mobile game?
No, it's a racing
Yeah.
game. And so
Is it
Rad
like
Mobile. Wow.
It's a mobile game from 1990.
This whole
But-
time I've been saying mobile like an idiot.
But is it one word like Batmobile?
No, it's,
I mean,
it's
like,
2 words, which is
I'd say you pronounced it right, John. They probably, you pronounced it right. They spelled it wrong. If they wanted to call Radmobile, they would have fucking made it one word,
Yeah.
like Batmobile.
shove
It
a
would've been
hyphen in
dope.
there. Don't even shove a hyphen. Just have it right smushed up next to each other.
Yeah, just do it.
Because it could be like one of those things that are like for babies with just like a bunch of rad stuff on it,
Exactly. That's what I was
Like a
thinking.
cool
like
trapper
Rad
keeper,
Mobile.
like a cool lightning bolt,
Couple
maybe that
Ninja
weird S
Turtles.
looking thing. Yeah, Ninja
Yeah.
Turtle.
Some Mountain Dew.
Obviously, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, all your favorite
Right.
rad
You-
things.
His appearance in this game.
Ex-
Segue.
Extreme
Radical
corn
Rex.
nuts. So
Yes. I'd rather just talk about rad stuff than Sonic ever again.
Actually, I want to derail this conversation to ask a question. John, did you say extreme corn nuts?
that's the
fuck yeah, he
thing.
did.
Those are
Mhm.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, to the extreme.
Yeah.
Those corn nuts. So no, I've also never heard of this, John. What the fuck?
So Sonic appears as a little charm hanging off your rearview mirror, little air freshener.
I was gonna say
Sonic the
he's an
Hedgehog.
air freshener, isn't he?
Yeah.
Does he
and
smell like chili dogs?
Probably. And what's crazy to me is this is from like I think 1990, like January 90. I can't remember if Sonic 1 came out in 90 or 91, but it predates Sonic the Hedgehog for Genesis by like 8 months. It's ridiculous. Way before Sonic actually was a thing. They had this little 3D polygon Sonic hanging from the rearview mirror. So yeah, this game's kind of neat because it's Sega's first, I think, 32-bit game in 1990 or 1991, which is crazy, back then.
Sega used to be pretty big time in the arcade game, man.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I had been going to more arcades in their heyday because it seems like they always had something cool in the works, and a lot of it cool racing games or cool games where you sit and you got that perspective, like Afterburner and shit.
This is a racing game with some unique elements in it. Like you can actually get pulled over by the cops, and when you do, when you do, this really
Fuck
big
the
fat
police.
cop walks in front of the screen and smashes the hood of your car.
Oh my god!
He just comes out and
Oh.
and
I
you
mean,
can and
was
you also
that
have
like in response to like the Rodney King shit or something? Was Sega like woke at the
No,
time?
that's a couple years later.
I don't
That was
I don't think that
92.
matches up.
If you say so.
And then
I
you
mean,
have-
I'm sure stuff like that happened. We just didn't hear about it.
Yeah, definitely not in Japan.
it also had weather effects. Like it could rain, and you have to actually turn on your windshield wipers to wipe the rain away. Which, again, I think is very impressive for an arcade game
That's
from like
cool.
1990. That's bananas.
Mhm. Right. For the record, Rodney King, the beating did take place in 1991. The riots began as a response to the police not being convicted in 1992. So
Okay, so
I was
it
not
took
far
place- It took place 1 year after instead of 2 years after.
this game was released in 1991. Fucko.
January.
I believe John said it was January of 1990.
I was wrong. It's January of 1991.
Oh, see, I was working
Boom.
off incorrect information from Johnny, so I blame Johnny.
I blame you for ever listening to Johnny.
Yeah, I blame you for listening to me too, man.
Yeah, seriously.
kinda dumb.
Anyway, so no, but it probably did not involve the Rodney King stuff, though police brutality was very, very in the news around that time, so it wouldn't have surprised me.
I would like to take this opportunity to bring up one of my favorite quotes from co-host Jesse. Why are we bringing race into this? This is Game That Tune, not Let's Be Racist. So,
Exactly.
I did say
Radmobile.
that.
Yeah. Radmobile. The Blue Lives Matter game. No, wait, it's a
God
racing.
damn it! What did I just say?
It's a racing game that doesn't involve that, Johnny. So is it like a street racing game? Is it open world or what? Is it a lap racing game? You gotta help us out here, Haas.
It's a standard lap racing game, I believe.
Okay.
And yeah, like I said, it's got those weather effects. Like at night, you gotta turn on your headlights. When it rains, you gotta turn on your wipers.
Right.
You can get pulled over by the cops. And
Okay, so wait. So it's a lap racing game taking place within a city. Because what would police be doing on a racetrack?
I guess it's
That's-
not a lap
for
racing
speed.
game. I guess it's a like street racing game. Now that I think
That
more
was
about it.
what I was wondering. I was like, if there's cops, it's probably not Daytona 500 style, you know? Like,
Or
it's pretty funny.
Okay,
It's
yeah. So
kind of
it's
like
a
the
non-stop
new
road race
dynamic.
across the USA. So it's Cannonball Run, the game,
Or Cruising USA.
or Cruising USA.
One or the other.
I prefer Cannonball Run.
Yeah, I do too.
But this is more of like an intense racing game as opposed to Sega's Outrun, which was just more like, let's have a leisurely drive.
Yes.
Like there's a competition to this.
Yeah, let's have a leisurely drive at like 160 miles per hour. You know, fucking
It's like,
love
hang
Outrun.
on.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
as
cool.
we keep like pushing this bit on, I'm realizing there were a fuck ton of arcade race games like this, weren't there?
Yes.
What
Yes,
about
there
the
were.
one where one person drove and then the other person had a light gun? Do you remember that game?
That also
Mario
sounds
Kart
like
Double Dash?
No, it was before that.
Okay.
Was it pre or post Rodney King and LA riots? Like,
I
you
think
know,
it was
seemed-
post.
Damn
Okay.
it, John.
I'm just trying to get a read on it because if one guy's doing the driving, the other guy's doing the shooting, you know, gang violence was also pretty in fashion for a while.
Well, I
there
think
in
the
early
one doing the
90s.
shooting was a girl. I'm not sure. It was
Game
basically like
2.
Outrun, but
Thank you, John.
Are we really moving on? Is there nothing else to say about Rad Mobiles? You know, Johnny. So Sonic is literally just a charm hanging from your rearview mirror.
But it's the first appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a first.
God,
I do
that's
think it's
cool.
funny that he has like a fully rendered 3D model and then he gets like the crappy Genesis sprite graphics.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
hey,
whoa,
those
whoa,
are
whoa,
pretty.
Whoa,
You're dumb.
whoa,
it's kind
whoa,
of
whoa,
strong
whoa.
wording there, man.
I
Yeah.
think. Did you look at that 3D model of Sonic from Radmobile? He looks dumb as hell. Like he is. He looks like
As opposed to
he. Can I fire David? I've never fired anybody, but I want to fire
You know,
David.
John, I kind of approve. You know, David's being a bit of a fucko. So, you know, he can get fired for criticizing Sega's graphics, you know, right off
I was
the
just
bat.
trying to get a Mario 2 sound. That's all I wanted.
Nope.
Nah, man,
I'm not
you-
giving you what you want for that.
Mm-mm. No, that's a reward.
Yeah.
It's not a it's not a punishment at all. But anyway, David's hot take about Sega's ugly graphics aside, is there anything else to say about this, Johnny?
I think that's about it. I think it's about time to move on.
They should port it to iPhones and call it Radmobile Mobile just to really confuse the
Oh
issue.
God.
Yeah.
Game 2.
So, this is the first Nintendo game to feature online play. And to clarify, I mean online play like built into the game, not using some kind of special adapter or modding or anything like that. You put the game in, you can play it online.
David, can you repeat your trivia, please?
Yes, I could, and I would also like to take a moment to clarify the trivia. This is the first Nintendo console game to feature online play.
That's what I thought, you fuck.
We're also using standard Game That Tune rules of focusing on American releases, not oddball Japanese releases.
So it's not Jinsen Pachi Slapachinko Hishono Hokuto no Ken.
No, unfortunately, it is not.
Ah!
And because no adapters, that means not Phantasy Star Online for the GameCube.
Nor Mario Kart Double Dash, which also used the GameCube LAN adapter.
That's not online. That's local area network play. That is very different.
Yeah, it is. Also, I assume he meant Nintendo published because Phantasy Star Online was the second game. But yeah, no, more accurately, it's not Mario Kart DS because we've used that before on the show. So, I was about to say, none of this sounds like Mario Kart DS.
You don't remember the Mario Kart DS track that was in the middle of Carnival?
I wish. We had to wait for Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform for some of that samba action in a racetrack. Anyway,
let's see some answers.
Yeah, I think we've narrowed it down sufficiently.
So, John Regan, so close, but he missed that Japanese thing. He has Pokemon Battle Revolution, which did come out in Japan before America, but that came out in America after this game. Jesse has butts. Jesse has butts. Tentative checking with the judges about points for that one, but more accurately, John Harrington has the correct answer of Mario Strikers Charged.
Indeed.
And judges, Jesse gets a point.
Man,
Awesome.
you really let your Jesse buy a show here.
Man.
If anything, I'm letting my butts buy a show.
Okay.
Everyone likes butt.
I'll go to the previous episode review, and you always give extra points to other people, but not John.
I should have
Anyway.
corrected David on the difference between Wi-Fi and LAN. What was I thinking?
Exactly.
I mean, honestly,
Jackass.
yeah. I might have let that slide. Excuse me. The judges might have let that slide, but
Right.
Mario Strikers Charged.
Yeah. What a game.
Pretty great.
This game was pretty damn cool.
I remember playing it because it's a soccer game, and I remember wanting to play it online, and then having not many people to play online with, and my connection was poor. And also I realized
not on the Wii.
no, that's the thing. Actually, I realized that I don't care for the Mario soccer games, but eventually the Wii connection was fine because man, I played this shit out of some Mario Kart Wii online. That was a universally fantastic experience with no issues whatsoever. But yeah, so Mario Strikers. David, are you a fan of this game?
I did really love the hell out of this game when it came out on Wii, and I'm kind of surprised and slightly upset that they've not released a new one. I would like there to be a new one.
This is the last one, huh?
Yeah, it's the last one as well as the second one.
Okay, yeah, I was just trying to remember if I had forgotten one. Like, I guess they included soccer in like one of those like sports superstars compilations for 3DS or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
it was in that 3DS Mario. Oh god, what was that called?
Sports superstars.
Maybe, yeah,
I think so.
because I think it was Sports Mega Mix that was on Wii. Anyhow, the point is, this game was pretty fun, and it was the first online Wii game in North America, which is kind of cool. It wasn't great to play online, but it was enjoyable. And I don't know, man. I kind of missed this series mainly because of how completely different it is. Like,
Yeah, it's bonkers. Like compared
the
to all other Mario things, it's fucking nuts.
I would say
what were they doing here?
that depiction of the universe is a lot closer to the actual movie.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Next Level Games, who developed it, they were big movie fans, so they went with like the weird apocalyptic setting and body armor and shit for soccer matches.
well, and that's the thing that I love about this game is, like Mario Golf. Okay, it's the Mario characters, but they're playing golf instead, and you get Mario Tennis. Like, it's the Mario characters, but maybe they're wearing like a visor, or Peach is in short sleeves and a little shorter dress, but they're still just everything. This game, like, Peach and Daisy, they're in a crop top. Like, Wario makes a threatening gesture. Like, his intro into the game, he lands, kind of points at the other captain, and then does the slit your throat motion. Like, This game's hardcore.
Waluigi does the suck it to people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
It's dope.
The Waluigi celebration where he does his crotch chop is a beautiful thing to behold.
It really is. And it's stuff like that make this another first. This was Nintendo's first ever Mario game to get a rating higher than merely E.
whoa.
So,
Oh wow.
yeah. Bunch of bombs going off and throat slitting animations and Waluigi telling you to suck his dick. And it's like, that's at least E10. Good Lord.
Soccer is violent. Jeez.
Yeah. They're appealing to that hooliganism, man.
The beautiful
the Mario
game.
hooligan
God.
crowd.
Well, I mean, to be fair, most soccer matches end with a riot, so it makes sense.
Exactly. I just picturing like Wario in a soccer riot, just shoulder charging motherfuckers and then like farting on them.
Getting hit with bags of urine and batteries.
Well, it's
what Wario game is that from?
For a soccer match.
Yeah, exactly. This game, John. That's why this game got an E10.
They canceled Wario Land 4 where he throws urine at people.
Chuck a battery at the ref, and that's how you get to score a goal with not getting a penalty called on you.
I love how. Okay, I had a point continuing on, but I have to interrupt my own point just to say, I love how you say they canceled Wario Land 4 because they made Wario Land 4. It's on the Game Boy Advance and it's great.
On my 3DS.
Oops.
But
That game is hard. Jesus, I can't get
is.
past the first fucking level.
But it's funny that you mentioned, Wario farting, because every captain in this game, they have their Mega Strike where they just like kick a bunch of soccer balls, but every character has their super move. Wario's does involve like noxious gas that he just farts out in a cloud. But this is one of the games that really just makes me like Waluigi as a character, because obviously he does his crotch chop, which is fantastic. But his special move is Wall Luigi, where he just sprouts this wall behind him, so you can, as he runs, you can just snap people in and ensnare them. And it's great because that makes no fucking sense, and that's what's beautiful about Waluigi. Like, there is nothing about him that makes sense, so you can just do whatever with him, and it just kind of sticks.
Well, isn't that true of this game, though? Does anything about this game really make sense?
Yeah, is it canon?
Is it unique to Waluigi that this game is nonsense?
Well, I mean, it's got your typical Mario sports nonsense of like items and power-ups and hazards in the stages, but it's just, God, this game is so like trying to be edgy, but it's Mario, and that's what I love about it. Like, if you've never played this game or seen anything about this game, look up Mario Strikers Charged official art and just bask in the ridiculousness of how they interpret the Mario characters.
It's a very mid-2000s level of edgy.
What I love is I love boxes where there's way less in-game screenshots than there is like the drawn art on the box. Like, you look at
Mario
this box,
Strikers has some delicious fucking artwork.
and two tiny screenshots that barely tell you like what's going on in the game.
Perfect. It's a soccer game, you know that. Here's Mario in like graffiti style, fucking doing the shocker to somebody. Like, it's great.
And it continues on to the music, because some of the music selections are great. They're wonderful. Like Mario's main theme is kind of like an alt rock. Like Bowser has like a heavy metal theme. Petey Piranha has like that calypso type song. That was the last song played. Like, some of these make sense, but then you have some like Waluigi has bluegrass. Luigi has like flamenco style. Like, what the fuck sense does this make?
Now I would give it up.
But it's good music.
I would give it up to Waluigi a lot more if his characterization was like hillbilly. That I would love way more than whatever it is they've come up with for him. Like fucking, Waluigi being from like Kentucky, just fantastic canon.
Is Waluigi not from Kentucky, though?
I don't know. That's the thing. There's, he's a nothing character. You know nothing about him. I'm not just going to assign him fucking, Southern United States heritage. That would be very weird and would probably end up spinning off into some weird racist place. But no, I just want, Waluigi playing in like a fucking bluegrass band as his backstory. Like, I think Nintendo needs to work on that. Like, change the voice so he's not so much like the wah anymore. Like, give him a couple of dialogue lines in a thick Southern accent. Have a level in like the next Paper Mario where he leads you into the woods to show you his pot farm. Like, just really
Cletus,
go
the
nuts.
slack-jawed yokel.
Yes.
So,
oh man, Waluigi cross Cletus.
So really what you're saying is, instead of a new Mario Strikers, they need to make Banjo Hero starring Waluigi.
Yeah, I'd quite frankly be into that. Like, if they want to really, I mean, people are clamoring for Waluigi for Smash Brothers these days, and it's kind of, I'm always like, why? He's nothing. He's a good assist trophy. He pops up with a tennis racket and he sucks ass. Why do you want him in the games? He has no story. Like, he's no one. He's just fucking Waluigi. Like, give him.
See, I think that's why people want him, is because he has no identity, so he can literally be anything. Like, you don't have to have, if he's in the game, make sure to add this move. He could literally do anything, and it would fit and make sense.
That's but see, that's the problem. They put him in, and it would never satisfy the nihilistic motherfuckers that just love Waluigi and want him in the game. Like, you got to give him something to latch onto before you put him in the game. So give him a banjo.
Man, no.
Give him a lot of children.
Hey, here's my idea. Here's my idea. Nintendo should make a horse racing game where you go and do the horse racing circuit, and the Kentucky Derby is hosted by Waluigi. And then you get an excuse to give everybody crazy Mario-themed hats, and mint juleps and things like that. And it'll be a great time.
Like horse racing and horse betting games are pretty popular in Japan. I could see Nintendo trying some shit like that.
Yeah.
Or would that be mushroom juleps?
Probably.
No one said mint julep, but
John said give everyone a mint julep.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I said
good.
mint julep.
Okay, sorry. I zoned out after crazy hats.
Mushroom juleps sounds...
You really are just confessing how much you tune out John when we do this show. Like, oh, John's talking. Never mind.
Well, he said crazy hats, so I just pictured fucking Waluigi in like a plantation colonel's hat, and I'm just like, that's nice. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Waluigi.
John's still talking? All right, better nod so it looks like I'm paying attention.
Basically, Colonel Sanders, but it's Waluigi. That's what I'm picturing.
Yes.
All white suit.
See, that's what maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need like a new like Diner Dash game, but it's set in Waluigi's chicken restaurant.
Yes. Or have the Colonel be Waluigi's father, and Waluigi has been trying to escape that Southern heritage all these years. He doesn't want to live on the plantation. He doesn't want to take over the tobacco farm.
And now
so he's run up to the Mushroom Kingdom.
He's finally learned to embrace it, his heritage, and he takes over the Kentucky Derby.
See, that's what we're doing. Like, instead of a new Mario Strikers game, we need to make a Waluigi-centered Mario RPG where he's just on a quest to find his identity after rejecting his Southern heritage.
Yes. All of that is better than what they've done for Waluigi thus far. Having him just be the, skinny Wario that tells everybody to suck it. So, more Waluigi backstory, please. More character.
Pretty great too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, but that's the thing. If his like smash attack in like fucking when he becomes a DLC fighter was like hitting his own crotch and somehow it makes you fly off the stage, now we're talking. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're gonna bring that back. That was a Mario Strikers exclusive. So. Maybe that's why they canned this game. It's like, I'm sorry, did you guys add in Waluigi telling people to suck it? This series is canceled.
Who signed off on this?
Yeah, you just see Shiggy like giggling to himself behind the notepad.
Oh, Shiggy's just in the corner like, oh, this is heinous and ridiculous. We need to abandon this.
Yeah, but he told you to suck it. So there's that. Anyway, David, anything else on Mario Strikers Charged?
I feel like there's a lot more on Mario Strikers Charged because we went off on a ridiculous tangent. But no, the game's fun, and I kind of want the series to come back. And I love the edgelord art style because it's ridiculous and amazing.
Yeah, no, it's a good game. It needs to be revisited. Frankly, it is kind of long overdue. 10 years of no Nintendo soccer, save for Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. It's time for this to make a comeback. So, Nintendo, get right on that. John, call Shiggy.
Game 3.
All right, so in this game, during the intro, there's a time machine, and it lists 3 key dates in video game history. September 23rd, 1889, March 12th, 1986, and September 24th, 1988. All right, guys, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty damn good.
Me too.
David looks. All right, let's. I can't hear you, John.
John, you're on mute.
There's only so many games involving Mario and a time machine.
Oh yeah. Ooh, fuck. Johnny said butts. Mario and John says Mario and Luigi partners in time. That's incorrect. And David with the correct answer: Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Really got to remember that you always pick something that you're playing right now.
Which correct me if I'm wrong. The dates that you listed are the founding of Nintendo, the founding of Ubisoft, and Super Mario Brothers release date.
No, the other one is Ubisoft Milan.
Okay.
So, the second Ubisoft studio, I guess. But
Anyway,
yeah. So Mario plus Rabbids. Has anyone played this game?
Man, I'm so disappointed in myself that I haven't played it yet. It's sitting there waiting to be played, and haven't played it.
What?
Got it for cheap on Black Friday.
What first is this?
Oh, this is the first time Mario and the Rabbids have teamed up. It's also the first Mario strategy RPG like XCOM.
It's also, if I'm not mistaken, the first time that Mario has canonically used a gun.
Yeah, it's more like a Mega Buster, to be honest with you, which is kind of cooler.
So
although,
that means the first appearance of Rabbid Mario.
Yeah, Rabbid Mario.
First appearance of Rabbid Peach.
One of my favorite Rabbids. Rabbid Peach is amazing. That's all
I was just gonna keep listing off all the Nintendo Rabbids. It's a lot of firsts, John.
I take it back. This is not the first time Mario has canonically used a gun, because I just remembered Yoshi's Safari for the Super Scope. So,
that's right.
Excuse me.
Dangerous. Man, what
There's also Rabbid Kong.
Yes, man. See, I want to play to get to Rabbid Kong. That's an enticing boss fight. But yeah, I'm really disappointed in myself that I haven't played this. Honestly, I think I let it fall by the wayside mostly because there's no online component to this or anything. It's just you're at home, you're playing a game, strategy game, right?
Yeah, there is some co-op.
Okay.
And but I haven't got to try that yet. But yeah, it's a strategy game. But it's so fun. And it's kind of goofy. The Rabbids are all fucking hilarious and dumb.
Yeah.
And Princess Rabbid, she's always taking selfies and stuff, and which I don't know. It's very funny how she does it. If my only drawback so far is, you have to have Mario on your team. And
at all times?
Yeah, I'm hoping eventually you can change that. I'm only in the second world, but the battles get really crazy, and you can do all sorts of wacky things. You can have Mario run over to Luigi and jump off of Luigi and jump onto an enemy, and then jump onto another enemy, then run behind cover and then shoot someone all in one turn, and
right.
So there's a lot of, you can set yourself up for a lot of action. It's it's really quick to get into the action too. The designer said they wanted to make an experience that was, different, but fast, like Mario Kart. You just get into the action.
Yeah,
and so
good.
they're basically they wanted to turn Mario Kart into a strategy game. And then somehow this happened. It was really weird.
The rabbits popped up.
Yeah.
Wasn't it at the E3 where they revealed this, where they showed the designer in the audience of the presentation or something, and he was weeping with happiness about getting to work with Nintendo and make a Mario game.
Oh, he was so excited.
Yeah.
And it's funny, they made the game, and then they kind of made a demo. And then they showed it to Shiggy, and Shiggy was like, "Oh, this is awesome, Mario in a strategy game. We've never done that before. Hell yeah, make this game." And it's so weird that Ubisoft got to make this, but it's fun, man.
No, that's the thing. I mean, I love it. It's gotten universal acclaim. They got Grant Kirkhope to make the soundtrack, and the soundtrack's fantastic.
You beat me to it. I was going to say, I remember seeing a thing where Grant Kirkhope, they asked him to do the soundtrack. He's like, "Yeah, I'd love to do a soundtrack for your new strategy game." And then they explained what it was. He's like, "Wait, I have to write Mario music? I don't think I'm good enough for that."
Please. Yeah, he wrote Banjo-Kazooie music. It's practically Mario music. It's really not it's not that long of a walk, but Yeah, no, the soundtrack's fantastic. It's a completely new look for the Mario series, and I just remember like how pissed people were when they first like started getting rumors. It's like, rumor mills to churn in the Mario's gonna have some kind of crossover with the Rabbids, and everybody's like, Nintendo's lost it. They don't, they lost the thread. They don't know what's good. Fuck this. And then it's like, actually, it's like an XCOM game starring Mario and the Rabbids, and it's like a fucking blast. And everybody's like, okay, great. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go for it. Like,
Yeah, I remember.
I would hate to have been one of those edgy internet guys that didn't want to play this based on like, I don't care for the Rabbids much, but like it's a Mario strategy game with the Rabbids and it's just kooky and fun. Like, fuck yeah, I want to play that. Like,
Yeah, the rabbits grow on you in this game. Like as soon as they start dressing up like Mario characters, I'm on board.
yeah, see, and that's the thing. I worry almost that playing this game will make me like the Rabbids.
I've
Like-
already decided as soon as I can get rid of Mario, I'm having an all Rabbid team because
Yeah.
for one thing, Rabbid Mario, he has a fucking shotgun. Like Rabbid Mario fucks shit up. He has a
Yes.
shotgun and a giant hammer, and whenever he dashes through people, it causes explosions. Like
Into
he's
it.
just a fucking nightmare for the other team. When you get him, like you have to do a couple stupid Toad escort missions to get him, but if you play smart, you can get those done pretty quick.
No, Toad escort missions. That sounds more like a Grand Theft Auto Mario crossover.
What like because you control Toad, but he can't
Which
fight.
also needs to happen.
But there are certain battles, like there'll be a battle you just kill everything, and then there's a battle where you have to reach a point in the map. And so the ones where you have to reach a point in the map, usually they spawn a whole bunch of shit at you. They keep spawning enemies. You just gotta get to the area.
I'm into it.
A hole by
Yeah.
and shoot people and stuff. And so Toad, you just got to keep him safe
Yeah,
and watch out for the big guys.
sweet man.
I remember when this game was first like announced, it was like Mario and Rabbids. Oh, this is terrible. This is awful. What a stupid idea. And then they released like the promo art, and I was looking at it, it's like, that's Princess Peach with a plasma cannon. This is the greatest version of Princess Peach that's ever existed before. Like, I fucking
I'll
love
bite.
this.
Yeah, Mario crossing over the Rabbids. Not sure. Everybody gets Mega Busters. Okay, now hold on. Now you've got my attention. Like, that's yeah, man. Like I was saying earlier, I haven't played it yet just because it's one of those things where I know I'm not missing out on it by like just waiting and playing it because it's just it's single player.
It'll
It's
be
co-op. It's not like I have to dive into some online community and play it while it's hot. Like it's waiting for me, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it, and I know I'm going to enjoy it. But it's like I'm gonna play Smash Brothers for a while that's hot on everybody's list, and then once I'm done with that, if that happens someday, Mario and Rabbids is waiting. So
There is one thing about this game that I have loved. I have not played it myself, but I have like seen videos and Twitch streamers and whatnot. And Jesse, I don't want to spoil anything. Have you fought the Phantom?
No, but I have heard
Billy saying,
Okay.
music.
Yes, there's a boss fight against a character called the Phantom who has a song, and it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, part 1 and part 2. They're pretty good.
cool, man.
I almost used it, but I felt it would give it away even quicker than the Peach's Castle song.
Nice. Very nice. Well, cool, man. Anything else on Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle?
No, it's just great. If you got a
Fantastic
Switch,
game that gets Jesse's seal of approval.
Oh yeah, and it's great portable. The Switch, it's perfect for the Switch. It's great.
Fuck yeah, dude. Play it. Everybody play it. It's been on numerous sales lately. It's very cheap now. Go out and get it. Johnny, let's keep it going, man.
Game 4.
All right. So in this game, the player can choose between two playable protagonists, and the character not selected becomes the prisoner of the main villain. All right. So, as you guys are finalizing your answers, I want to thank our requester tonight. This one came to us via our Discord from Mixmaster. So, thank you very much, Mixmaster, for the request. And let's see those answers, guys. Oh my God. It's a hat trick. Everybody says
Resident Evil.
yes. Resident Evil. The original version. I was specifically told not to select the director's cut because apparently they chopped up some of the music. Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1. Maybe you've heard of it?
I believe this was one of the first games that had like a lot of endings to it, if I remember, like a lot of crazy secret endings. Like I remember getting Electronic Gaming Monthly and reading about like I don't know, like if it like you had to commit these very specific actions to get all these different endings.
I do not know the details of this, but I do know that there's at least there's a couple of endings depending on who you play as, because the other person gets taken captive by the main villain, and then you can decide whether or not to save them at some point during the game by collecting the keys and saving your partner, and that affects the ending. And then there's a bunch of other stuff going on, and I don't know, because I've tried playing Resident Evil, the original one, or the GameCube remake several times, and I just can't get past it, man. I can't get into the game. Like, I want to. It's cool, and I dig Resident Evil 4 and 5. I dig fucking Wesker and Chris in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but I just can't with this. Jesse, you're the PlayStation guy. I'm hoping that you could get into this. Are you a Resident Evil 1 guy?
So I've tried various Resident Evil games, and besides beating 2 on Nintendo 64, I just never really been able to get into these games. I've tried.
Jeez.
It's just not my cup of tea.
Damn. Did you try like 4 or like 5
Yeah,
later on?
4 was fun. I did like 4 a lot
Yeah.
until it became a big escort mission, and then I was out.
Right. It was not much fun after that, but yeah, it was cool. I dug 4 hard, like the opening and the village and all that shit with all the weird,
The fucking chainsaw dude.
Yeah, the chainsaw guy. God damn, that chainsaw guy.
Fuck.
Well, 4 is when it became kind of more of an action game and less of like a weird tank controlling haunted house game, right?
Right. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I prefer the action to the to whatever they were doing before. Because just I don't know, man. It was just tough for me to get into it. It's been so long since I've even like popped it in. Like, I bought the GameCube version of this twice. Like, I bought it back when it came out on GameCube and didn't dig it, and then I fucking like years later, bought it used because it's like maybe I didn't give that game a fair shake, and then it's like, oh wait, no, I gave it a fair shake and just can't penetrate it, man. But I know it's beloved survival horror. It's the game that coined the term survival horror, despite not being the first survival horror game. And the movies aren't half bad. Some of them are all bad, but a few of them are not half bad. And I dig the characters, man. I like the Jill, Chris, fucking what's his name in the fourth one, Leon, and motherfucking Wesker is a fantastic villain. He is one of my all-time favorites. He is just such I don't know, man. I haven't played all the games, so I don't know the full ins and outs of his character, but I know that essentially I look at him like, that guy's just kind of a dork ass. Like, he's got the slick back hair, he wears his sunglasses at night, eventually he's wearing like a fucking Matrix-style duster, and I'm just like, he thinks he's a god, he thinks he's cool, he injects himself with a bunch of stuff that clearly has turned him into a monster. Like, this guy's a total dork ass, but he can occasionally back it up, man. He occasionally really fucks some people up. It's good. He's super intelligent, and
that's every time I look at Wesker, like the one word that comes to mind is just smarmy. Like, he is a smarmy ass guy, like with the slick back hair, and like he acts all cool and composed. It's like there's just something about you, like,
right,
you are not what you think you are, and you're just making me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and like, like I said, I haven't really gotten into the first one, but like at first it's like, so wait, he's just a cop? It's like, oh wait, no, he's undercover for the Umbrella Corporation and like monitoring the whole situation. Like, there's always, Wesker's like a fucking onion, man. There's just always another layer to peel off, and then it's just like, God, this guy just he makes me cry just a little bit, but he puts some great flavor in the dish. That's it's my Wesker onion analogy.
I thought this was going in a Shrek direction, and I'm very pleasantly surprised that it didn't.
A direction?
I never take things in a Shrek direction, for the record.
That's a clip we need to pull for a future free play jingle.
Yeah. But yeah, so Johnny, what's your favorite Resident Evil game, man? Or favorite movie? Your choice.
I've never played a Resident Evil game. I've never watched a Resident Evil movie.
I figured you'd say Code Veronica for Dreamcast.
I'm going to say 3.
Just because?
I hope that's the game.
Right. No, I mean, I know the games are cool. Horror is not really my thing, and that's the thing. It took me until the games became less horror-y and more action-y to get into them. Like, I think 5 is an underrated gem. I know people give that game some shit for some frustrating co-op, but Resident Evil 5's dope. Like, it's a lot of fun.
5's the one where Chris actually punches the boulder, right?
Is that the racist one?
That's the other thing. There's an accusation of racism against that game just because it happens to take place in Africa, and you're killing a lot of African natives. It's, but one of your partner is also an African native, so it's, I don't know, man. I'm not diving into those racial politics. They were all monsters. Yeah. Anyway, yes, you do eventually punch the boulder. You punch the boulder, and you guys baited me into it. I appreciate that. David's left
put his headphones back on.
That's cool. Nobody wants to hear what David says about this anyway. David, would you like to contribute?
Resident Evil 4 was my favorite.
It was good. It also, I think, had accusations of racism towards Hispanic people. You killed a lot of those.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's they're not racist. You're killing monstrous people. They're infected with diseases, and they have fucking tentacles sprout up out of their heads. Like, it's nothing about it.
Ooh, there's tentacles in these games.
Oh, Johnny, there's such tentacles.
Oh, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, I have a subreddit to explore. No, anyway,
R/Resident Evil tentacles.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. It's a cool game. It's important to gaming history. It's it's got some cool atmospheric music, cool characters. But I prefer the later games. That's really all there is for me to say about Resident Evil. Oh, and the sound clip I played, I think it speaks to the delightful campiness of the series, that for some reason one of the motifs of the series is always having someone say the title of the game out loud on the title screen. I think that's fucking hilarious. And Johnny, give him a little taste of that special sound I gave you before we move on.
Resident Evil. Biohazard.
It's also called Biohazard.
Resident Evil 2. Biohazard 2. Resident Evil 2. Biohazard 2. Resident Evil Biohazard.
All right, that's enough of me. It goes on like this for 3 more minutes.
Oh my god.
Jeez, gosh.
Yeah, I love that motif. It's just like, all right, yeah, strap in, because this game announces itself literally. So,
Well, those last ones
thank
sound
you.
like the Mortal Kombat guy announcing it.
Yeah, and see, eventually, like, starting at like 4, they kind of get into, get more into like less of like the Mortal Kombat sounding guy and more of like a Resident Evil 4. So it's always great, man. It just puts you right in the mood right when you start the game. So props to Resident Evil, props to Mixmaster for the request, and Johnny, let's keep it going, man.
Game 5.
Okay, so this is the only entry in the series to date to be released as a launch title for a system. So how's everybody feeling?
I have an idea.
Good.
Yeah, David, come on, speculate on what it might be. I would love to know what two things you think this is.
Yeah, I should not have called that.
Johnny, what do you got, man? It's a good guess. Jesse, how you feeling? Feeling good? Okay. And David's next. Okay, so Jesse says pocket tennis, which is unfortunately incorrect. David says Tekken Tag Tournament. I don't know if there's a 2 or anything on there, but that's not correct. And John has the correct answer. It's Halo.
Hey.
Specifically, Halo Combat Evolved, the first game in the Halo series, a launch title for the original Xbox. Start the calculated computer. This game is over. No,
Yeah, I was convinced
Man.
it was either going to be a Metal Gear game or a Tekken game.
mm-hmm. That's those are two of my very well-established wheelhouses. But if you go back through the list of games that we've used, I've dried up those wells thoroughly.
But I have gone through the list of games we used, and you have not used the original Tekken nor the original Metal Gear Solid. So,
yeah, I guess I used Twin Snakes, not the original. Still holding out. That's for a different episode. But no, this is Halo, and man, it just felt right. It felt like a game that should have been on the show by now. It's a fairly popular game. Maybe a few people played it.
I've heard of
like
it.
It supplanted Master Chief as the mascot for the Xbox. Sorry, Blinks.
I was going to say, who was supposed to be the mascot for the
It was
for the
supposed to
Xbox?
be
It was supposed
like
to be Blinks?
Blinks, and then he didn't make launch, and then Halo was fucking fantastic. And it's like, yeah, that seriously, that might have been the luckiest break on the part of Microsoft ever. Like, if they had been pushing the Xbox with a Blinks heavy marketing plan, I don't know if it would have done as well. And then it's like, oh wait, this game Halo is fucking excellent, and Master Chief is like an accomplishment of like good, just like blank slate character design. Where it's like, yeah, that guy, I look at that guy and he looks like the Xbox in man form. Like, he's just, it's
There's all
perfect.
that green.
I'm just saying, yeah, he's green. He's got, the fucking, like, the featureless face. It's just
The big, like, bulky armored block design.
yes,
And
very bulky.
And you're playing it with that big, bulky Duke controller.
Good
Oh, I
God,
love that
those,
thing.
Oh,
those
God.
old Xbox controllers, man.
Ah.
Yeah, they made so many interesting design decisions, and but no, one of the things they got luckiest with was Master Chief becoming their mascot. Because say what you will about the series and how little I've gotten into it over the years, but kind of important, to the gaming landscape.
Dude,
you know.
freshman year in the UF dorms.
Oh yeah.
Fucking like this game was everywhere. Everyone would pop
No
open their
kidding.
dorms. We would throw a router into the middle of the hallway and run our Ethernet cables to it so we could have 4 Xboxes and do the 16-player matches. Ooh,
And that's
Yeah.
only when you guys weren't smashing puss.
Exactly.
which was
We
always.
came up for air between puss crushing sessions.
We were
and
always-
played some serious Halo.
We were always not crushing.
Played. Say what you will, I played a lot of LAN parties. But yeah, man, I went to a few of those with just like fucking work guys, and I'm not a first person shooter guy, but like. You get a bunch of guys together, fucking playing on multiple Xboxes, and getting a few beers in you. It doesn't matter if you're not a first-person shooter guy. You can throw enough grenades to fuck some guy's day up and just have a blast.
Yeah, honestly, it's not the best first-person shooter. Like, it's pretty slow compared to first-person shooters I'd played before this.
Sure.
And I had a hard time adjusting to using a controller instead of a keyboard and mouse. I am one of those
word.
guys.
I did not have that. I did not have that problem at all.
But even with all that, it was still just like, there's a bunch of dudes hanging out. You're all crowded around some like shitty 19-inch TV that you brought from home. And you got beers and you're trying to like have a good time, but stay quiet enough that the RA doesn't know what's going on. Like, it's a good time.
Yeah, see, that's the difference between you and me, John. I didn't stay in the dorm. I had to go to like some guy's apartment, and multiple people had to bring their TVs and Xboxes over. It was complicated, but it was a lot of fun, man. And it was a cool game. Fucking. I saw some list recently, and it wasn't like fucking by any credible source. It was mostly in like looking up Halo stuff in the lead up to this. And it's like 100 greatest characters in video games, and number 1 was Master Chief. I'm like, now hold on, like he's what weird godless man wrote this list? Like Master Chief's a fine character, but he's just a super soldier. Like he's not one of the greatest characters in gaming. Is he an icon? Yes. Is he one of the greatest characters in gaming? No. Like
I was gonna say like icon, maybe. Protagonist,
sure.
sure. Character? No, he's not a character. He's a fucking helmet.
He's an avatar. He's he's whatever you want him to be. Cortana is the character, and she's an AI. But it's the game's cool. The story's cool. I know it's expanded crazily, and I haven't kept up with it or anything. But like, like just like back in the day, basic Halo stuff. Like fucking, you got the Covenant with their cool alien weapons, and then they're trying to unleash the Flood or whatever, and the Flood's like a parasite, and it infects people, and it like I like the campaign, I like the characters, I like those fucking alien weapons, man. Those Covenant weapons were cool. You get that beam sword eventually. I don't know why. I know it's like the weakest thing, but I always like that needler.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Shot like little glowy darts, and then
They're
they
like
explode or
home.
whatever. Yeah.
I was gonna say like it's a weird thing in first person shooters because usually it's like the first shittiest weapon, but Master Chief's pistol is surprisingly powerful and cool.
It's a
like
good
he's
weapon.
got a good side.
And it's this game had like like a really good innovation that everybody had to copy after this with the recharging health thing. Like the shield or whatever. Like you could take some fire and get back behind cover and let your shield regenerate, and it just allowed you to like play the game differently than like say fucking GoldenEye, where you had to like find a body armor or find a fucking health pack or whatever. And I like it. That's. And obviously everybody else liked it because it fucking made it into like every single fucking shooter game ever after that. Like even when it didn't make sense, it's like Call of Duty, your health's recharging. It's like, why is it recharging? I just got shot. Like this doesn't make any sense. I'm just a man. I'm not Master Chief here.
And I was also a huge fan of the vehicle aspect of multiplayer.
And that's what I was trying to get to, because
Oh, yeah.
that was the best way to fuck up a LAN party, is just to be the guy that takes the
Driving off
fucking like the purple hovercraft motorcycle thing and just like jet around the stage fucking guys up. Like,
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
Fucking Phantom.
I loved it. Yeah, and I'm trying to remember the other vehicles. It's like all I remember is that and the Warthog, and the Warthog's just a fucking Jeep. But it's like, it was just so cool to be like, hey man, come on, get on the Warthog with me. I'll drive and you shoot. Like, it was, it was super cool, man. They, it was a game that got everything, not everything, but it got so many things right that it's like, obviously this is like an inescapable classic, and it makes sense that it became this popular. Like, it was just the right game for the right time. Like, and I guess the first one didn't have like actual online multiplayer.
It did
came
not.
in the. Okay, yeah. Was that in the second one?
Yeah,
started,
two had Xbox Live support.
Okay, yeah. So 2 was where everything really blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
And changed everything forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's cool. And I was thinking about it, and I'm just like, is Halo cool still? Like, do people care anymore? I feel like there's like Halo Nation.
That's the oldest thing I've ever heard you say.
I'm just saying, like, do people still give a fuck about Halo? It's like it's been for almost 20 years. Like, didn't Halo 5 come out like 2 years ago? I haven't heard a fucking peep. Like,
that's what I thought was interesting, because you were talking about like, Halo Classic and Big's like Halo 2. That's when it took off, and then they made more.
Yeah, there were more after that.
Because I do feel it's like Halo 2. It's like, fuck yeah, Halo 3. Oh, okay, like it finished everything, kind of maybe disappointing, but it's still really good. And then like they kept making them, because I know there's like 4 and 5 and God, was it like ODT or?
Yeah, no, ODST, Orbital Drop Shock Trooper, which, I guess for people that wanted more Halo world stuff is fine. But guess what's not cool when you're in the Halo world? Not being Master Chief. Like, you're playing as a normal Marine. It's like, oh no, I don't want to do that at all. I've been living that sweet Master Chief life. Like, but yeah, no, that's the thing. I was like, I know there's still some kind of community for this. Like, it probably doesn't help that it's on the Xbox One. I feel like, maybe I'm just not in tune with what Xbox owners fucking like play anymore or something. Like, I don't know anybody that owns a fucking Xbox One, and I haven't talked to anybody about Halo in quite some time. Like, when I chose this game, I was like, wait, man, Halo's still a thing, right? Like,
does the Xbox One play games?
I don't think so. I think it's just a cable box.
Is the Xbox One still out?
Last I checked, they it's still a thing, and they still have a very loose understanding of what exclusive means. They announce a lot of exclusives, and then they all come out on other systems too. So, I don't know. It's it's confusing. But yeah, like I think they announced Halo Infinite at like an E3 maybe this year. Maybe, yeah, shit. Did we do our E3 reactions this year? I can't remember. But yeah, like, I don't know. I like Halo. It's cool. And, esports are cool, but I feel like this got like supplanted by other first person shooters. Like fucking, I feel like Overwatch just stepped in when Halo was a little bit too up its own ass and was just like, hey, guess what? Colorful characters with funny, cool stories and all kinds of crazy control schemes. And Halo is like, no, wait, you guys don't still want Master Chief? He's here. Yeah, like,
you don't want to play as Master Chief and 4 generic dudes in armor?
Yeah, exactly. And also, hold on, list. General Keys? I don't know, man. Like, you sure you don't want Keys? No, you want to play as like as that really sexy chick with the visor and the gorilla and stuff. You guys just want Overwatch, don't you? I can't wait to see if Halo Infinite is just crazy and off the walls and just like their attempt at making Overwatch. Like, that.
See, really, that's what they need. Like, Halo 6 needs to be Master Chief, but they pump him more with like futuristic Master Chief like steroids to get him even stronger, and it just turns him into a fucking gorilla.
It's what it should be.
Master Chimp.
they need to take a page from the Spider-Verse and have a Master Chief Spider-Verse where he discovers all the other Master Chiefs from alternate dimensions, and it's a big, wacky Overwatch fucking Halo craziness taking place in some kind of Halo multiverse. I'm here to write it if you want me to.
15 versions of Master Chief. Master Chief. Master Chief, but he's middle-aged. Master Chief, but he's a woman. Master Chief, but he's a gorilla. Master Chief because he's anime.
Red Master Chief. Blue Master Chief.
Ooh, Super
Green
Saiyan Master Chief.
And one of the Master Chiefs is just straight up Doom Guy.
They should do something like that because you know,
don't forget the guy from Marathon.
Right. But yeah, because despite what some lists on the internet might say, I don't think Master Chief is the greatest video game character of all time.
Do you think he should be in Smash Bros?
Yes, quite frankly, I do. It makes no sense. So yeah, why not have it? Like, I feel like the Inkling kind of scratches the Master Chief itch. It's got kind of like a gun and grenade style. But Master Chief as a skin for the Inkling would be pretty good too. So
you heard it here first. Master Chief, basically the Inkling.
Yeah. Also, he'd be good as DLC for Splatoon. Like they did the Octo expansion. How about the Halo expansion?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now all I want is for the next Halo game to feature a weapon that's a giant paint roller.
It would. Who says it can't work? It would be fantastic. First-person paint rolling would be great.
Turns out the aliens are allergic to paint.
Yeah.
It's like science, but with paint.
David, you and I could work on reskinning like Halo with Splatoon characters. I don't know who's are the Octolings, the Covenant, or the Inklings, Master Chief. What do they get infected with? Because the Flood doesn't sound dangerous to Inklings. Yeah.
Although honestly, the Inklings do have those amiibo costumes that get you that power armor. They could very easily just have Master Chief power armor.
It'd be so good. But anyway, Halo's dope.
God, I want this so bad, and now I'm actually angry that it doesn't exist.
We're talking about it like it's some far-fetched idea. I'm saying, it's not impossible to implement these ideas. Besides licensing and Microsoft probably never doing anything like that.
I mean, Ubisoft made a Nintendo game, so why can't Microsoft?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they just need to realize that the Xbox One is it's just a lost
Mario
cause.
plus Master Chiefs.
Yeah, Mario plus Halo, Halo battle. Oh God, Mario needs to face a threat on a universe annihilating scale, and who better to take him on the adventure than Master Chief? We can't activate a Halo. It's a giant weapon. Oh no.
Okay, I've gone from wanting Master Chief and Splatoon crossing over to now I just want Mario to hit a question mark block and one of the plasma swords to come out.
Yes, just Halo items in the game. That's
Let's
all.
go.
Yeah,
Killing spree.
You hit an item block and a warthog pops out. Yeah, and then it's double dash. It all makes sense. But anyway, Halo's dope. We could riff on it for hours, but Johnny, I think it's time to take it home, man. Let's go to the calculating computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps. Boops.
Damn it, John.
Scoring complete. This game's winner is... John Regan.
Sure.
Hey,
Let's go with that. Justify it, John.
Well, David really won, but he also won last week.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was a tie between me and Jesse. And then I decided I haven't won in a while.
It's good thinking there, John. That was going to be my suggestion.
I was going to say that's literally all the justification you need. Well, David really won, but that's how John wins. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. He wins when he doesn't win. And when Johnny wins, we all win. So,
yeah.
Great game tonight, John. Do you have a theme in mind for next week's episode?
Usually I try to come up with the last second theme when you ask me this question. But I didn't, I honestly don't have a theme in mind. Do you guys have any theme suggestions? Let's do some breaking new ground in 2019. I'm just going to straight up ask for a theme suggestion on the show.
Just asking for themes, John. I can't believe it.
January 9th, and we've already sunk to a new low.
No, I think it's a new
I
high.
feel
We're
like-
making progress.
I feel like
is
this
something
could have
we've
been
never done.
avoided. This
So-
could have been avoided had the winner been someone who had the mental capacity to come up with a theme.
So next
Yeah.
week,
Here's the real question. Johnny, do you have bonus music?
yes,
Of course he does.
So next week is
Okay.
Martin Luther King Day. So I
Oh,
think
God.
Oh, can't wait to see where this is going.
games with kings.
Okay, now you're
Okay.
talking. 'Cause
Some kind of king has to be in the game.
that could have taken a twist.
This could have gone in so many different directions, and I'm glad it went in
Dodge
this
the
one.
bullet there, guys.
Yeah. Next week's Martin Luther King Day, so anything but Resident Evil 5. Yeah, no. Games with Kings, though, that I like that. Because,
Or
yeah.
maybe
Mhm.
games fit for
No,
a king.
no.
We'll just go with games with kings.
No, yeah, you had it right the first time. That can be the tagline. It could be games fit for a king, but kings as a theme, it presents a good set of games. So maybe,
I like that.
just maybe, David, I'll open up my usual wheelhouse and
I
give
like
me some
that
games.
classic Johnny move of like, oh, that's a good theme. This could have gone in a really bad direction. Or alternatively, no, quit while you're
Yeah,
ahead.
exactly. Yeah. Everything's great with this theme, but what if? No. We got the theme. Lock it in. King of the week. We're doing it. So, Kings royalty on next week's episode of Game That Tune. Great theme. Thanks everybody for listening tonight, watching along live with us. We had a great live group. We're live every Wednesday night, twitch.tv/GameThatTune, youtube.com/GameThatTune, facebook.com/GameThatTune. And you should join our Discord channel and chat along with us. You can listen live there. We really appreciate you guys joining us. We're live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. We come out in podcast form the following Wednesdays. So check us out there in iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks to our requester, Mixmaster. He hit us up in our Discord channel. You should join us there, but you can also send us your requests, gamethattune@gmail.com. Thanks to everybody that checks out patreon.com/gamethattune. It's the home for our fun exclusives. We've got the best of 2018 mixtape right around the corner. We've got fantastic episodes of Covered Up, Jesse's show about video game cover bands and remixes. And we've got our Patreon exclusive video game movie commentaries, which we are recording another live version of this week. We're talking about Street Fighter from 1994, the ultra classic. So it's bound to be a fantastic time. And, we maybe should have scheduled it for a Tuesday just for Bison reference. But it'll be live on Thursday and then available to our patrons at patreon.com/GameThatTune. So check us out there. Special thanks to our super fan tier producers, Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, John Jekyll. You guys are all fantastic and we appreciate the support. And you can find us on Twitter. We're at GameThatTune. You hit us up with requests there or just chit chat about video game music. Send us your favorite LAN party memories or, whatever you want. Just, find us on Twitter. We're also there individually. At JGangsta187 is where you can find me. You can find Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
You can find David Fleming on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
And you can find John Regan, I don't say this very often, this week's winner on Twitter at
JP Regan JR, and I've got a plug I got to make.
Plug it, John.
So next week, or if you're listening in podcast form, this weekend, the weekend of the 18th, I'm going to be in Oklahoma participating in a fundraiser called Funder Up, where we're going to play Mario games for 24 hours straight, raising money for a Oklahoma charity called One Day Ranch, who specializes in rehabbing neglected horses, dogs, other animals. It's just, animal rescue. So go to funderup.us and check that out. There's a link to the Facebook page and a little poster describing when we'll be live and so on. And once we go live, you'll be able to make donations there.
Fantastic, man. Yeah, check out Funder Up. It's a yearly fun charity event, and John usually participates in some capacity. He gets fired, and it's hosted by our former guest and close friend of the podcast, Ryan Drake. So always fun to watch those guys do their gaming thing for a good cause. So great job, John. Nice plug. And Yeah, drop a link to that charity event in the Discord chat for everybody. And then, Johnny, what's the bonus tunes?
The bonus tunes is
Something he totally had planned.
I did. I just forget which particular track I picked here. Okay, this is the track "Friends" by the group Hyper Potions. You may recognize it as some of the music used in Sonic Mania trailers.
No way. Peace out, everybody. Radmobile is copyright 1991 Sega Games Company Limited. Mario Strikers Charged is copyright 2007 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is copyright 2017 Ubisoft Entertainment. Resident Evil is copyright 1996 Capcom Company Limited. Halo Combat Evolved is copyright 2001 Microsoft Corporation.